Bernard Kerik, former NYPD Commissioner and 9/11 hero, dies at 69. Bernard Kerik, once hailed as a national hero for his leadership of the NYPD during the tragic 9/11 attacks, has passed away at the age of 69. His death was confirmed by the New York Police Department on Thursday. According to those close to him, including FBI Director Kash Patel, Kerik had been quietly battling an illness. Kerik's life was a roller coaster of remarkable highs and painful lows. A decorated Army veteran and fierce public servant, he was widely respected for his courage and commitment, especially in the wake of one of the darkest days in American history. As New York City reeled from the devastation of September 11, 2001, Kerik stood firm, leading the city's police force with grit and resolve. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who appointed Kerik as police commissioner in 2000, was deeply emotional while remembering his longtime friend. "We've been together since the beginning," Giuliani said through tears. "He's like my brother. I was a better man for having known Bernie. I certainly was a braver and stronger man." Kerik's path to public office was far from conventional. Born and raised in Paterson, New Jersey, he dropped out of Eastside High School, later portrayed in the film Lean on Me, and joined the U.S. Army, serving as a military police officer in South Korea. After the Army, he worked private security in Saudi Arabia and later returned to New Jersey to oversee a local jail. He joined the NYPD in the late 1980s and climbed the ranks, eventually overseeing New York City's troubled jail system, including the infamous Rikers Island. By 2000, Giuliani saw in Kerik the right man to lead the NYPD, and Kerik didn't disappoint, especially during the chaos and horror of 9/11. In the years that followed, his career soared. President George W. Bush tapped him to help rebuild Iraq's police force in 2003, and by 2004, Kerik was nominated to lead the Department of Homeland Security. But just as quickly as his star rose, it began to fall. He abruptly withdrew his nomination, citing concerns about the immigration status of a domestic employee. That withdrawal opened the door to deeper investigations. By 2010, Kerik found himself on the wrong side of the law. He pleaded guilty to multiple felony charges, including tax fraud and making false statements. Among the offenses, accepting over $250,000 in free apartment renovations from a construction company with alleged mob ties. At a time when he was New York's top cop, a federal judge pointedly reminded everyone that Kerik had committed these crimes while serving as the city's highest-ranking law enforcement officer. He served 3 years in prison and was released in 2013. But even after his fall from grace, Kerik didn't vanish. In 2020, then-President Donald Trump granted him a pardon. Kerik re-entered the political spotlight briefly, supporting efforts related to Trump's legal defenses and making public appearances at Trump's events. Despite the controversies, Kerik never stopped seeing himself as a fighter. In his 2015 memoir, From Jailer to Jailed, he reflected on his 9/11 leadership. "I'd give anything for that day not to have happened. I wish it hadn't. But it did, and I was there. I did the best I could do under the circumstances. It's all any of us did." In his post-law enforcement life, Kerik founded a consulting firm focused on crisis and risk management. He also remained active in political circles, especially around efforts to contest the results of the 2020 election. Tributes are pouring in. Kash Patel described him as a warrior, a patriot, and one of the most courageous public servants this country has ever known. He noted that Kerik had been honored more than 100 times for bravery and valor, survived assassination attempts, and helped bring some of the world's most dangerous criminals to justice. While Bernard Kerik's legacy is undeniably complex, marked by both heroism and controversy, it's clear he left a lasting mark on the city he served and the country he fought for. His story is a reminder that greatness often comes with flaws, and redemption, while never easy, is always possible.
Subscribe for more interesting videos and hit the like button.